So sometimes when you're camping, you know, everything just aligns. And I'm gonna tell you, Friday, I'm working a special schedule, so I'm off on Friday this week, and started getting ready for the camper. Dude, upper 90s, just absolutely miserable. The whole time I'm thinking, I'm gonna cancel this trip. This isn't gonna work. Good God, there is no joy that can come from this week. Well, we get on the road and we're going anyway, because we don't give up on a camping trip. I don't think I've ever not went on a trip because of threats of rain or weather. Not saying I won't, but it's gonna have to be pretty severe. So anyway, we get on the road. As we're driving, or actually as we're starting to leave, it starts clouding up. It's gonna start raining. Fair enough. We're driving along, you know, we're getting some sprinkles and just kind of decide, okay, well, we're going to go down 65 and take Tennessee exit and come up 40 a different way than we normally would do. We normally would go through town, and so I don't know why we did, but we did. And as we're driving along, and you know, it's sprinkling rain a little here and there, and we start getting these messages in our GPS, flooding and roads are covered in water, blah blah blah. And it's like, hey, what is going on? We've not seen anything but these sprinkles. And as we drive through, I think we literally, the clouds opened up around us. I swear, everything was just nice and simple. No hard rain, no weather, nothing. Our friends who were an hour behind us talked about it was one of the worst storms they've ever went through. So it was kind of odd for that, but we didn't get any of it. By the time we got here, though, that rain had came through. It was in the upper 70s. We're right on the water, and I'm going to tell you, it ended up being a perfect weekend almost. Now, yesterday we went out on a boat. They wanted to rent this pontoon. Not a fan of pontoons. Love boats, but I hate pontoons. And we go out on it yesterday, and we see lightning. And it's off in the distance. We go to another part of the lake, and the sun's out. Gonna hang out there, and you could see in the distance there's storms, and it just kind of went around us. Again, just like the universe aligned and said, we got you this weekend. So it was kind of a nice setup. But anyway, here we are at Edgar Evins. I didn't know what to think of this park. It's really, really unique in the way that most of their campsites are set up. They've got them on platform overhanging this big hill, and we're right next to the marina. There's a few on the point up here that I think are phenomenal. This one's okay, but like I said, we got the marina, and it's not great. Still pretty nice sight. I mean, you can see behind me there. I don't know if you can see the marina in this one. I've kind of got it angled away from it. But I didn't know what to think when we were coming down here. You know, Tennessee state parks are really different. They are absolute. So Kentucky really needs to step up its game. We need a better job. The one we got's horrible. Anyway, we'll not go too political on this one. His daddy sucked, and so does he. But yeah, I'd almost decided, you know, this park wasn't going to be great, and we started driving in, and they've got wildflowers everywhere. Everything's manicured. I mean, it's mowed well. You can tell it's all just absolutely taken care of. We get a little closer, and you know, there's some pretty good sized hills here. Driving in, not major bad, but enough that I'm really glad I had an exhaust brake coming up and down. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours from home, somewhere pretty easy drive. But yeah, I mean, and when we get here, again, it's you're in the woods, you're on a hill, but it really feels, and you've got a solid wooden deck you're parking, and it's really, really cool. I mean, easy level, pull in, put the jacks down, done. I mean, you know, good to go. Stabilize it, we're rolling. Great. I mean, I didn't expect to, but I love this park. This could probably break into the top 5, and the only reason it wouldn't is because there's really not much around here. There's a little store at the bottom of the hill, pretty cool. Big Rock, I think it was. You'll see in the video. Canoe the Caney, if anybody ever wants to go, you know, on a canoe trip, this would be a good base to start, because you can go right to the bottom of the hill where the entrance is, get on it, have their outfitters right there, and then drive right back up. So this would be an excellent place for that. But that was a cool little store too. They had like an ice cream shop in the back. They had a few decent beers selection. Had a ton of soft drinks. I mean, like, they had 4 different flavors of Ale-8-1, and that's something you don't see anywhere in Kentucky, much less in Tennessee. Visitor Center, it's got that cool tower. You go to the top of it, you're going to see the dam, if the canopy's on. Now, in the fall, it may be a phenomenal view up there, but it's kind of neat because you walk into the Visitor Center and you literally walk around a glass enclosure that you have to walk back into to get to the tower to go up, and the tower's completely outside. So it's really, really cool. I just did not expect this park for me to like it so much. Definitely one I think I could see myself checking out again. But yeah, as far as the campground, I didn't go into the bath. I don't ever go into the bathhouses, and if that's something that's important to you guys, let me know. I'll try and check 1 or 2 here and there, but it's not my thing. so I never use them. That's why I bought a camper. That's why I'm not my wife. I don't have long hair that takes hours to tons of water, so it's really not an issue for me. So bathhouses, but they have one. There's one right up from us where it's like 55 right now. The layout's a little odd. I'm going to try and put everything in order so you'll be able to go 1 through 55. When I ride the bike through, I'll kind of try and point some things out. A nice one video I've not seen is a good campground tour here, and I think I've got all of them. There might be a spot or two that just, I know the camera kind of pointed up for a minute, and I think I went back and got it all, but we'll see. Those big speed bumps are rough. But yeah, this was a great time. Now, no breweries in the area to speak of. I could have probably made it to Cookville if I wanted to in the Red Silo, but we've done those before, so we didn't. I think we go to Sparta and hit Calf Killer, which I will go back to, and you guys will come with me when I do it. But for the most part, we're a little further away, closer to Carthage. Silver Point, I think, is the town closest to us. I didn't see anything there as far as breweries. We didn't really explore out that far. Again, most of the day yesterday at the lake. The lake does have a pretty nice looking restaurant there. Pretty nice marina though. Sit around last night like any good camping trip, talk shit, games, and just enjoyed being outside. I hope you guys find something in this, and I hope you'll find it in your heart to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, leave me a comment, hit that like button. Hey, feedback of any kind. If you don't like it, hit that one too. That's fine. Just give me some kind of feedback. How can I improve for you? There are some hiking trails. I forgot about that. There are a few hiking trails. We didn't do any hiking again. We spent the whole day on the lake, so we just really didn't have a chance to get out there on them. But I didn't see any big finish type hikes. It looked more like just walk through wood hiking. I'm not a walk through the woods hiker. You can do that anywhere. I want a big finish. I want an arch. I want a waterfall. I want some kind of an outstanding view. So I need the reward when I hike, whatever you want to call it. I didn't see a hike that looked like that. If I'm wrong, again, get down in those comments and let me know what did I miss out, because I probably will come back to this place. I really like it. Next week, we're going to Tennessee again. Starting out the campground tour, we're going to start primitive, and we're going to go through everything in order, 1 all the way up through however many sites we have. Stay tuned. Yeah, so there's your primitive. I'm not going to walk out through it, but it looks like a kind of a cool spot actually. Down through but I mean, and honestly, if you've got a tent anywhere here, you can stay without problem. I mean, every site has wooden flooring, so nail your tent down and go. So starting out, these will be sites 1 through 12. Notice everything's on the left hand side as this thing goes up, so when you're camping there, you are only going to have a camper to your right and to your left. You will not have anybody across from you that I saw in any sites there. So it's kind of unique too, because you really do kind of feel that kind of nice look. I mean, it's pretty cool. So to film this, I had to go up and down this hill several times. So you can see I started at the very top here. We went through the very top loop. Smaller stuff up here. You're not going to see anything above a 25 footer, I don't believe, up here. And even then, it's going to be pretty tight. There's 1 or 2 maybe here on the end. That one's a little longer. I think that's site number 11. And site number 12 down here. So these are up on the very top of the hill. Pretty cool area. This one's a little more interesting. We actually start here. You see the sign says 13 through 29 or 13 through 30. As I go along, you notice I had to veer off to my right. So 12 or 13 through 17 go up on the hill here. And then we have to go back down to that beginning and do the 18 through 29. So again, when you come in, you'll see the 13 through 30, and then the first site you come to will be 18. Go up a little bit more, and off to your right there'll be another road. Let's see, yeah. So right. Yeah. There's 18, 19, 20. There's 21, I believe it is. And then we come back down and start down the hill. Of course, right there on next to that ballard, there are that concrete pillar. The ballards are the numbers. So if you look to the left, if you stop and make sure one that you're staying at, you'll be able to zoom in. That's how we can do it. Again, we've started a few different times. Right now, I think I'm starting at site number 30. There's a little cut through, kind of an odd. Again, this thing, you go to the top and come back down multiple times in order. This is the one complaint I would have, is their camp host site spilled out onto the road. They had an easy up awning, had everything blocked off, and was just absolutely covered with junk. So my only complaint about Edgar Evins would be the camp host's sites look horrible. If they need some in storage, take it off site. That's always been my opinion. So again, now we're going to start up here. This is 35. This is the outer loop. These sites on the left, you're going to see are, to me, once you get about right here, are really, really premium sites. You got to set back. Now here's where you got to set back in the trees a little bit. Great water view, unrestricted water view, and I think there's some pretty good water access. Maybe even some small cliffs, enough that you could jump or, kind of hang out on rock walls. Really, really neat area. Again, all these up through here, 35 through, well, just about any of the, honestly, every one of these sites on the left-hand side were great. We got down to ours. Like I said, the only downside I would say about ours is the fact that we were looking at the marina, and that wasn't really bad. But you can see the water view out there. Now, this takes a turn up the hill and goes, and it catches a few sites. So I think it goes 40. There's a few odd numbers. It actually starts at the top, comes down, goes up this hill to 40 something. I forget exactly which one. I think it's 46. And then we go back down to the bottom again, and it starts at 47. So again, there's a whole lot of movement in this video as far as going up and down. So here we are at the end, coming back out of that one. And these sites right through here, I thought were just absolutely great. Probably my favorite ones as far as access to the water and view are these right through here. You can see there's some flat rocks over to the right, but yeah, good trees, pretty decent shade, great way to get down, and just a little away from the marina. So these sites were all great. Now right here, I know that's 53. There's that one's 54, and we stayed in 55. We are right there. Again, long ways between sites, but man, it really felt private. Really, really cool thing. This one goes all the way back. If you follow this road to the end, this is the end of the campsites, but there's also a hiking trail that goes from the campground to the marina. It's about a mile long. If that's something you want to do, sounds like it's probably a pretty easy hike. Like I said, marina's got a nice restaurant and some stuff there, so definitely worth checking out. Just a little market down at the bottom of the hill, Big Rock Market, and there's an outfitter next to it. Canoe the Caney, I believe it is. Pretty cool little store. Outdoors kind of thing.
Till Dave go get him.
Am I wrong? This name? Isn't that King of the Hill? I don't know how many steps there are, but this thing goes up pretty good ways, it looks like. So right now we're at the visitor center, Edgar Evins. We're going up the tower. You actually have to go inside to the visitor center, and then you can go into a glass room. It comes outside. So with all the leaves on, you can't see much, but there is an opening there where you can see the dam, which is kind of cool because you come up top of the steps and you're looking right at it. So of course next is our boat ride, and to be honest with you, most of the video I can't put on here, but I gave you a little snippet, and we did have a good time on the water. You can see a little bit of weather off in the distance, but it stayed at bay and pretty much kept us where we needed to be, so good times.
I'm a good old boy and a country star. No one else can go this far. Come on, babe, go with me. Riding high, living free. Don't ask once and don't think twice, 'cause baby, I'm living the life. I'm a wisdom swing on an old jukebox, a tailgate party in a parking lot. I'm rowdy rough, big and grown. I get it done all on my own. I'm a good old boy and a country star. No one else can go this far. Come on, babe, and go with me. Riding high, living free. Don't ask why.